I wanted to make a really short video about shingles. Obviously there's a pandemic happening. I filmed this on September, I think it's the 19th, 20th? 19th of September 2020. Basically, in July, at the very beginning of July, end of June, beginning of July, I started developing very itchy and sore kind of rash on my forehead, and it was quite worrying. It looked very much like an allergic reaction, but it was very tingly. It was tingling. And I've read and heard before about people that have had cold sores and how it tingles, and it kind of sounded a little bit like that. So I thought the thing to do would be to take some antihistamines. First of all, I kind of thought, okay, if this is some kind of like rash, or maybe I'd been out and about and the hand sanitizer, where it's like so strong, alcoholic strength, I thought the strength of a hand sanitizer, maybe I'd put some of the antibacterial gel on my hands and then I touched my face, and I've got quite sensitive skin, so I thought perhaps I've had some sort of allergic reaction. Or maybe I had like scratched my forehead and then the antibacterial gel had gone in there and like, I don't know. So I tried some Savlon, and that didn't work. That just made it sting a bit more, to be honest. It was starting to get quite stingy. And every day it just got worse. The rash just got bigger and bigger. So then I went back to the pharmacy and I said to them, I think I've had some sort of allergic reaction to the antibacterial hand gel. The pharmacist sort of looked at my forehead and said, yeah, I think that you're right. Why don't you try this? So it's anthisin cream, basically like kind of allergy relief cream, a cream version of like a Piriton or Pirites for hay fever, allergic reactions. Oh my god, that stung so much when I put it on. He did say to me, if it doesn't do anything, then you need to go to the doctors. So I left it like 24 hours and the rash was just getting worse and worse. And I was starting to get a bit concerned because it was really stinging, it was itching, it was burning, it was spreading. It was started off very small. I'll put some pictures up, and it was started to spread really fast actually. And the more stressed I was getting, the more it was kind of starting to burn more. So I didn't really know what to do. So I called up Living in the UK, if you can't tell by my accent, NHS 111. And I kind of said, you know, I'm confident I had COVID back in beginning of March. I was quite unwell with some respiratory issues, really struggling to breathe for a number of weeks. So I'd had quite bad anxiety going out and about. This was like the first time since lockdown I'd actually been out and about, so it's just very unlucky. They prescribed me with some antibiotics and it was just not getting better. They did a phone consultation with me because I said I'm just too anxious to go into hospital or to the doctors, and they prescribed me with some antibiotics. The antibiotics just did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. I sent a picture in the end. My face was getting worse and worse, and I'll find the exact picture and put it up that I sent to my friend. Her dad's a doctor, and she thought straight away, she's had a lot of, she knew straight away. She showed it to her dad. He said, I think that she's got shingles. She needs to go and see a doctor. So I'd managed to get some like cocodamol, some weak like 8 milligram from the pharmacy because I was in a lot of pain. Wasn't really doing anything though. And I am not an early riser, but I woke up at like 5 a.m. I could not sleep. I was in agony. I think it's the most pain I've ever been in. And you'll be able to see from the photos, I'm not happy. I'm not a happy bunny. That was a low point. That was the lowest point, probably ever, actually. So I went down to Brighton to the Brighton Station walk-in centre, and they said that they weren't accepting walk-ins because of COVID. They did a phone consultation with me because I explained how anxious I was about going into hospital. They were really kind, actually, and I had to take some photos of my face and then send it in, and they kind of did a consultation over the phone. And yeah, they said you need to get straight to hospital because we think that you've got shingles. So that was really scary, but the good news is it's not really good news, but because shingles is so contagious and it's really quite dangerous for vulnerable older people, with pre-existing health conditions, kids that haven't had chickenpox. It's very, very dangerous. So they put me in my own little like isolation room, which actually made me feel a lot better because I felt like a bit safer from everything that was happening with COVID. So what shingles is basically the chickenpox virus that you have when you're a child. It's that same virus called Herpes Zoster, and after you've had the chickenpox, it's still alive in your body. It remains dormant in your nervous system, and then it's activated by stress or when your immune system is just absolutely depleted. Okay, so the NHS website basically says it's also known as the shingles, Herpes Zoster. It's a painful condition caused by the same virus that causes chickenpox. Anyone can get it, but it's most common in older people. The main symptom of shingles is a painful blotchy rash on one side of your body. It mainly affects the skin, but can sometimes affect the eyes too. Medicine from your doctor can help speed up your recovery from shingles if it's taken within 3 days of the symptoms, but not everyone needs it. I can't even begin to explain or put into words how painful it was, because it's a nerve virus, a virus that affects the nerves. There's so many nerves in your face, like it was just so painful. And I think where it's on your face, it was literally, when it says it affects half of your body, it was almost like someone could have drawn a line directly from like the tip of the crown of my head along my nose, just straight down, and it just affected my face. Luckily I just realised what it was and stopped touching it. But yeah, it was mad just how it just cut it off on that side. Really not good for confidence though, right on your face, you can't hide it. That's why I've installed this fringe. So yeah, I just wanted to do a bit of an overview really to show you. I felt like when I'd looked at people's journeys on YouTube, I was really upset. I didn't feel like there was any kind of overview of how long it's going to take to get better. What did it look like before I took the medication? How long will the medication take to check it, to kind of clock in and work? How will I feel when I take the medication? Is my face going to look like this forever? And these are questions that really stressed me out. And although the NHS, and the medics there were absolutely amazing, I felt like I wanted to see somebody that had it before and afterwards. And this is my face now. So this is, we're 2 months on. We're just a little bit over, maybe 1 week over, 2 months on from the initial shingles diagnosis. And this, so there's still, I think you can see that it's still a little bit of scarring, but that is scarring. Like, that is just going to take some time to heal. And all I can do is eat well, stay rested, keep looking after my health, and just keep the fringe in place. I think when you see how my face was compared to how it is now, you'll understand why I'm not that fussed about that scar. That will fade.
Schmidt, come on. Look, I try not to judge what you guys do, but please don't.
So painful.
No, Jess, look. White fang.
So itchy. Really want to scratch. It's Friday the 3rd of July at 12:50, so 1 p.m. I've just woken up maybe about half an hour ago. This is what my face looks like today. I've probably been on antivirals now for 24 hours. My face is just... I mean, I don't have any makeup on, but it's me normal. That's me with shingles. Normal. Shingles. Really, really painful. Super painful, super contagious. I've got some just in the lip area. It started off like just here, as you can see, and then it kind of spread up there to there, and then across, and then around the eye. The eye is quite swollen because the nerves underneath are inflamed, and the nose is the most, and then around the mouth. It's just really sad. It's very painful. Very painful. Like, it's not spread to any other part of my body. Okay, so this is day 1 of the antiviral drugs. Okay, so it's Sunday, 11:11. Feeling a lot better. As you can see, the swelling and scarring is definitely getting better. It's all kind of scabbed over now. Settling down, healing. It doesn't hurt half, like, honestly, it's like, it kind of looks worse, like deeper red scars, but the pain threat, I'd say the pain is at about 10% now. It was a lot more painful when it hadn't scabbed over, because it's healing. So yeah, I'm gonna continue just to keep doing what I'm doing, just really resting, eating nice food, making sure I eat properly, taking my antivirals. Sixteen days since I went to hospital and got the antivirals. You can see that my face is really starting to clear up now. So much better. sort of gone around the nose, around here, the eyes back to some sort of normal. So it's just the eyebrow and this bit here. This was the worst bit the whole time. I've got a bit of a confession. I did pick that scab. I know it's disgusting. I just couldn't help myself, and it was great. I loved it. Yeah, so I think that's gonna scar, but to be honest with you, it might look kind of cool. I don't know. So just making sure that if any of the wounds are opening and you don't touch anything. It's been like, I've been weaning myself off of the hydrocodone or the codeine based painkiller, and I've been a little bit snappy, like, because it's an opiate I've been taking for like about 3 or 4 weeks now. So, and now I've just weaned myself off to like 1 a night. They should say you shouldn't really take them for more than 3 days. I kind of understand that now. But that's just for a little bit of pain. It sometimes comes. But yeah, I think we're looking good. So we're getting there. I think one of the things that really kind of surprised me about this virus was how just first of all, how painful it was, how fatigued it made me. So you really need to look after yourself and rest. You might think that you're ready to get up and go about because mentally you might feel it, but physically your body is exhausted, your immune system is shattered. At the time I was on a lot of medication. I think I was on 18 pills a day for a couple of weeks. And I remember the first time I went out when it was safe, after taking medication, still on medication, on 18 pills a day, I was just sick because moving made me feel nauseous because there was so much medication. I was rattling. And what I find now, which is kind of peculiar, is that if something happens that's incredibly stressful, which isn't rare, but my scar burns like Harry Potter when Voldemort's peeping over his shoulder. I'm not sure that that's how the film went, but yeah, really strange. So yeah, just listen to your body. You can't see people when your scars are open and it's oozing. It's gross, absolutely disgusting. You have to stay isolated because it's highly contagious. So don't pick the scars. Don't pick it. It's so itchy and it stings so much and it hurts so much. But if you pick it, I picked that. I picked it. I shouldn't have done it. You can see there's a bad scar there, but you know, I defy anyone that wouldn't have been able to do it. I know it's gross, but this is part of my journey. So what's helped in the recovery? My uncle is an osteopath and he has quite a strong, shout out to Uncle Clive, he has quite a strong interest and knowledge of all things medical, working in that kind of field environment, and he did quite a lot of research. He heard that I had shingles and I was really unwell, and he did a lot of research to try and find out if there's any supplements that I could take. And this was a real game changer for me. I'm not plugging them, I'm just saying this is what worked for me. Okay, first of all, I have to say antivirals. I bought these teas, the Pucker brands. I think it's called the Natural Collection. I'll pop a picture up too. And it's got Feel New, lemon, ginger, manuka honey, 3 mint, and nighttime, and elderberry and echinacea. They're all gone. They're bloody delicious. And I think that's all of them. I'll pop that up on the screen too. They're natural, organic, antiviral herbal teas. And they made a huge difference to my breathing when I wasn't feeling very well, with tight chestedness. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and just recovery. Just a way you can help your body, you know, build back up its immunity. Do whatever you can. I mean, look at the state of the world. Okay, so let's have a look at what he gave me. So he did a lot of research. He gave me this, and this is terrible. I would recommend to always check what you're being suggested, what people suggest to you in terms of medication or supplements. But I trust my uncle, and it's been a game changer for me. I have so much more energy now. My mood has leveled off a lot as well. So that one, Virus, monolaurin, food supplement. 1 to 2 capsules a day with meals. Nutri-Advance. Nice. Vitamin D3 high strength tablets. Again, Nutri-Advance. Immunoblast. I don't know what this stuff means, by the way. WGP Beta 1 to 3, 1 to 6 glucans with vitamins A, C, E, D and zinc. Fantastic. Is that it? I think that's it, yeah. Oh, there's one more. Ultra Probioplex Plus. Ultra Probioplex Plus. I've got 2 degrees. I can't even read that word. Ultra Probioplex Plus. Ultra Probioplex. Yeah, them. I'll get a picture of them up so you can. I'm going to put some pictures up of the medications that the doctors prescribed me with. I think the game changer for me was definitely the pain medication that they prescribed. I can't emphasize enough how much pain I was in. You really need to be kind to yourself, because it's going to take some time. And one of the things that I was really stressed about was the thought of my face was just never going to heal. Whether it's on your face, your ribs, your thigh, you know, wherever it is on your body, it will heal. You need to be kind to yourself, eat well, supplement your body when you can, take the medication until the very end. The doctor says I'm still taking amitriptyline tablets, and where they were prescribed to me, that was quite a game changer, like 1 tablet once a day. It's 10 milligrams and you can increase it. I didn't need to. I knew I could feel in my body it was doing what it was supposed to do. But it helped me get off to sleep. I'd be like, oh, I wonder when this is going to kick in. And all of a sudden I'd... So, yeah, thank you. God bless the NHS. They were so kind, so patient with me. They just took away all my pain and all my stress. God bless them. The other thing I just kind of wanted to touch on was there's been quite a strong link between COVID-19 and herpes zoster. That's kind of one of the reasons that I wanted to wait and read some journal articles about what is going on with herpes zoster and COVID-19. there's been quite a lot of, well, let's just say from people that I know in the last 2 months, I've heard of 5-6 people that have also had shingles that are my age. I'm 32. It's quite rare. The doctor said to me, can you tell me a little bit about what's been going on in your life over the last few months? So I started telling him, you know, blah, blah, blah. Been quite stressed, it's been quite stressful, a lot of stuff going on. And he was like, yeah, okay, it's a mixture of, I believe, you know, stress, intense stress, and just a completely depleted immune system. So look after yourself out there. So yeah, just ever so quickly, wanted to touch on the journal articles that have been coming out. So they're saying that herpes zoster could be a sign of like a latent COVID infection. A latent COVID infection. So I was infected around March. I had exhausting post-viral fatigue for like a month and a half, and then I got shingles after moving house like 6 times, just a whole shed load of other stuff I'm not going to get into. So this journal article, it states, we are hereby suggesting the clinical presence of herpes zoster at the time of the current pandemic, even in patients given mild or no suggestive history of upper respiratory symptoms, should be considered as an alarming sign for a recent subclinical SARS-CoV infection. Thorough follow-up of such patients is important, and advice for COVID exclusion is suggested. These patients can unknowingly infect others and contribute to the spread of the COVID-19 infection. So that's worth bearing in mind. In an article on a Varsity website, it says here, COVID-19 could be associated with shingles and seizures. Herpes zoster, more commonly known as shingles, may be added to the list of skin abnormalities reported with COVID-19 patients. 2 patients were admitted in 2 independent clinics symptomatic of shingles and reporting no COVID symptoms, but later developing respiratory problems. It's hypothesized that COVID-19 could infect white blood cells and kill them, leading to impaired responses to other viruses. So fascinating. I think we can all agree we're definitely getting a world lesson in virology. I'm going to put some links to some other journal articles, just because I'm a bit of a nerd like that. Yeah, I think that's everything. Stay safe, look after your health. I hope that this kind of helps settle any fears, or I really only did it to share my journey and to show some pictures to show that it does get better. Keep taking the medication that's been prescribed to you by your doctor or general practitioner, and just really like self-care and self-love, like listen to your body. If you feel like something isn't right, like you need to go and get checked out. I understand it's a scary and very stressful time, but yeah, look after yourself, and thanks for watching. Bye!